Hey, everybody, this is Michael Reeves, and we are in the middle of the first quarter of the SOMSFA championships. This is part of the SOMIFA leagues. They have two spring leagues. One is SSFA, and this one is SOMSFA, SOMSFA. And today we are watching San Francisco take on Seattle. San Francisco is led by the league commissioner, Ed Barrow, and Seattle is led by the Dennis Crowley. The Seahawks are led by Dennis Crowley. These two are basically Strat royalty when it comes to these leagues. Both of them always have exceptional records and are pretty much here at the end. So it's no surprise that these two teams are here. I am doing a silent broadcast now because I'm involved in a work call. So I'm going to hop back off of here and I'll jump back in whenever this call is complete. But I just wanted to let everybody know these are the two combatants. And this is the game that we are in. San Francisco had the first possession and took it deep into Seattle's territory, but Seattle was able to hold. And San Francisco nailed a punt that went all the way to Seattle's 1. They now have the ball second down and 8 on their own 23. San Francisco is favored for this game, but when you have two of the best coaches, you never know what's going to happen. And we're playing one game, winner take all. So I hope you enjoy this, and we will be back to continue the broadcast very soon. Hey, everybody, this is Michael Reeves. We've just gone to halftime. Seattle scored a touchdown just before the gun. You probably saw it, but didn't hear anything. And now I'm able to come back for the second half. So let's see if we can take a look here at the scoring here in the first half. Basically, Seattle got on the board first with a 21-yard field goal. San Francisco tied it up with a 38-yard field goal from Matt Prater. And after that, Seattle again, another field goal. And just before the half, a touchdown pass to James Conner out of the backfield. And Seattle will take over here in the second half, up 13-3 over San Francisco. So I'm going to take a little bit of time here to, first of all, let's double check and make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, I want to hop on their website here real quick, and maybe I can download the spreadsheet. And get some details on this. Now, it's my understanding San Francisco pretty much finished at the top of this league or near the top. So Ed Barrow runs this league, and he is the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Right now, he is trailing 13-3. Seattle has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 36. Both these two are world-class coaches. Ed Barrow, runs a few leagues, actually, and I'm in a couple of them. In fact, we just finished off the SSFA campaign. We just crowned a champion. It was the Green Bay Packers, and I was able to actually play in my first championship game as coach of the Cleveland Browns. It was a great game. Came out on the short end of the stick, 18-14, I believe the final score was. It was a great game, and it was a great experience. It was 10-7 in the league and won 3 straight in the playoffs and almost pulled off an upset as the 10 seed. So I guess anything's possible. But it was surprising to not see either one of these clubs in the finals, as Ed and Dennis have traditionally been labeled among the elite coaches in our hobby. And this year, looks like San Francisco finished the year 14-3 and was the number 1 seed. And Seattle was 13-4, the number 2 seed. So I guess it makes sense to see the number 1 and the number 2. In the SSFA, we saw the number 3 facing off against the number 10. They've got the playoff matchups here. And there's another first down. So Seattle has scored on 3 drives, San Francisco on only 1. And the ball now is resting at the 43. This is the first drive of the second half. Seattle's up by 10. Pickup of 7 on that run. It's 2nd down and 3. That's James Conner in the backfield. 9 carries for 41 yards for James Conner, the longtime Steeler who was dealt to Arizona his first season with the Cardinals. We're playing with the 2021 cards. The 22 cards here soon will be released. And there, I believe, is the first turnover of the game. 1 man in zone on that flat pass. And so San Francisco is going to take over. And we're waiting for a return. And that's a big break for the Niners, as they will now take over at their own 45. So trailing 13-3, and Seattle on the move. That was a big turnover for San Francisco. So let's see if they can take advantage of it. Seattle has been very stout defensively so far. And pretty amazing because, I mean, this is a field just absolutely loaded with fours. This isn't like a superstar defense by any stretch. Now, the SSFA, we play with a lot of the newer rules, and it plays a little bit more like modern football. There was a pickup of 20 and a first down, and I believe that was Austin Eckler, the San Diego Charger, or Los Angeles Charger, I guess. So a big chunk play there. Pass. Nope, this is a pitch. But it's that blocking back reading that never winds up being any good. So it's a loss of 3. Second down and 13. They're on the cusp of field goal range here. That's Matt Prater, who already has 1 field goal in this contest. Short pattern looking caught. The pass completed to Anderson. Is that who I think that is? Yeah, Steven Anderson. That's Justin Herbert. It was complete on his card. So now Anderson lines up as a blocking back. There's a run, and that's going to be a conversion of a first down. So that is enormous. Run by Deonta Freeman. So great pickup there. No man in the zone for Seattle. And San Francisco is now on the move. So now they've got a much better shot at a field goal, but clearly they're looking for more, trailing 13-3. Running clock here in the third quarter, 8:42. There's a quick toss to Eckler. No man in the zone. It was a white die 6. And so he rolled the boundaries, picked up 13. And another first down, first and goal to go. Flat pass is in play. As the ball is at the 10. Inside of the 10, the flat pass is out. Justin Herbert is 12 of 16 for 144 yards. I saw him hit a 45-yard pass, I believe, to Callaway. I also saw Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks quarterback, hit Gerald Everett on a long pass as well. Defense gets past there, 6-yard pickup for Austin Eckler. 2 good running backs alternating in the backfield for the Niners in Eckler and Deonta Foreman. Inside run, defense guesses run. He's still able to pick up 2. So Foreman guessed wrong. You can still see some yards on that card. So now it's third and goal at the 2. Seattle's defense, again, it's full of 4s up front. Foreman and Eckler in there. And there is Vita Vea, the nose tackle, who you can use as a blocking back. He's a blocking back 5. Oh, they're looking for Gronkowski here. Defense guesses run. If Gronk catches it, and it does, it's on the receiver card. You can see right there, 17 yards. That's good enough for a touchdown. So San Francisco capitalizes on the Russell Wilson flat pass interception. They are now trailing 13-9, and they're going to go for 2 here. So back to the full house backfield. That's Deebo Samuel there to the left. Curl pass, defense guesses pass. And looking for Samuel, and he's not able to haul it in. So the lead will stay at 13-9. And Seattle will now have their second possession of the second half. So to get here, Seattle defeated the Green Bay Packers 38-7 in the semifinals. Before that, defeated Baltimore 21-14. San Francisco had a close one. No, actually, had a nice big win over Los Angeles, and that's a really tough coach in Nathan Baylor. So that's a 36-12 win in the semifinal game. And before that, defeated Atlanta 29-6. So San Francisco has been mowing them down here in the playoffs. But Seattle's hanging tough. They're up 13-9. A zero-man in zone pass, 20-yard pickup. Again, hitting the boundaries. Ball's a 45-yard line. Russell Wilson so far, 19 of 29. He's thrown a lot this game for 217 yards. He does have a touchdown and an interception. So 29 pass attempts. He's throwing against the secondary here with fives at the corners, 5 at strong, and 4 deep. Zero men in zone. He threw to a vacated zone pickup of 9, second down and 1. As Seattle again has made their way into San Francisco territory. 5 minutes to go, running clock, third quarter. So Seattle is up by 10 here to start the half. An interception by the Niners and a touchdown as a result has now cut this lead to 4. San Francisco was not able to complete the conversion. They tried for 2 and couldn't get it. So now Seattle's up 13-9. They convert on that first down. Needed one, got one. So 1st and 10 at the Niners, 45. That was Wilson who picked up on a plunge. Defense guesses pass. Another short pass. So a pickup of 12. That's on Russell Wilson's card. So you can look there. He has a hit on a 7, 9, and a 10. Not too bad as far as interceptions, guessed right. So it's a low turnover card, and he's got 2 through 5 must run. Although if I recall, I don't think his must run card is nearly as dangerous as it used to be. I don't even think he has end run ability. Defense guesses pass. Defender X. Defender's not able to make the play. That is a pass to Everett. And another first down. Interesting, my SSFA team had both Gerald Everett and Devontae Booker, which is the second running back for Seattle. It's a very usable card. But when comparing Dennis and myself, that's pretty much what the comparisons are going to end. These two are Mount Rushmore worthy coaches there. That's how you answer a turnover, guys. Connor, short gain, guessed wrong, pick up a 15, and now the ball's inside of the 7. Still plenty of time here, 2:42 to go again on a running clock, but Ed would love it here if he could figure out a way to just hold him to 3. Good call there for Ed. He's off to a good start. A loss of 1 for Booker because it was guessed right. You have to hit the boundaries on his card to get anything going on a guessed right call. He's good off tackle. He's okay linebacker. He cannot run around the end. So let's see if maybe he thinks about Connor on this carry. Curl past the Lockett. Defense guesses correctly, and the 5 is able to make the play. That's a great call from Ed. The defender X comes up on a 4 and a 7. So that's 9 chances out of 36, I believe. Actually, no, it's 12. Let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 10. It's 10. 10 chances out of 36 that a defender reading is going to come up, and it came up big there. Who is that 5, I wonder? Kristen Fulton. So here is a whopper play. If Seattle can get away with it, because San Francisco's basically just marched right down the field, a great answer to their turnover. Looking for Will Dissly. Defense is double teaming elsewhere. Defender X reading. And unable to make the play, a 15-yard pickup for Dissly. Defender cannot make the play. It was a white die 6. There's nobody on the field who was going to be able to make that play. And so Russell Wilson has his second touchdown throw of the game. 34 pass attempts for Russell Wilson. That's an awful lot. So Dennis came out with a strategy in mind, and so far Russell Wilson has delivered 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception on a flat pass on the D card. And so now the Niners trail 20-9. So a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Tack on another field goal, and we've got a brand new ball game. But first things first, let's see what San Francisco can do on this drive. Trailing by 11 with 1:30 to go here in the third quarter. Off tackle run to Eckler. Hoping for a little more there. Pick up of 3. That's a nice card, but it's not really a scary card when you've got a guessed wrong +1 on a 6 and a +3 on an 8. Not exactly punishing teams when they guess wrong. And there's a quick look, but it goes nowhere. It's a loss of 1, in fact. Looking for Gronkowski, who has the Niners' lone touchdown in this game. Clean sheet for Herbert. He is 14 of 18 for 145 yards. But this is a big one here. A quick slant. Defense double teams, but he still picks up 6. So now 4th and 3, and San Francisco is not going to think about going for it here on their own 32. They're going to give this ball back to Seattle on what, in essence, is the first play of the fourth quarter. Seattle up 20-9. 14:42 to go in this SOMSFA championship. Ed Barrow and his San Francisco 49ers, 14-3, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 2 seed, Dennis Crowley, at 13-4. Again, I don't really know the history of SOMSFA, but these are the 2 winningest coaches in SSFA, which is, I don't know, the brother or sister league, whatever the word you would want to call it. It has a 16-year history, and these are the number 1 and number 2 clubs. So it wouldn't at all surprise me if both of these 2 clubs are 1, 2, or certainly in the top 5. So on that flat pass, linebacker in the zone is able to make the play. I didn't happen to notice. It's possible he must have flooded it. There's a run. Nice pickup there of 9 yards, as the defensive end was not able to make the play. He has a 0 over there, and that's Carlos Dunlap, who has a 9 pass rush. So 3rd and 2. Still plenty of time. 13:30 here in the fourth quarter. Off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. This should be good, and it is going to be good. That's a nice pickup for James Conner. Let's see how far he went. 15 yards. So for those of you who are just watching this broadcast and don't know much about how this league is run, because every league has different rules, I believe they are using the draft version defensive cards. So this isn't what they call a double counting league, where the strength of the defensive card is based on the ratings that you have on the line, the linebackers, and in the secondary. I imagine they're both playing probably with average defense cards. Pickup of 7 there on first down on that run that was guessed wrong. That's James Conner. 14 carries for 86 yards for Conner. So Seattle has been able to move the ball pretty effectively throughout this game. Oh, wow, he's looking deep for Lockett, and that was a run key. So it's going to have an empty secondary. Defender extra long gain, and the 5 makes the play. So that, kiddies, is why you have 5s on the boundaries. So San Francisco going for broke, calling a run key, and they didn't get burned by it. Got a defender X on an 8 and a 9, but he's able to make the play. So a gutsy call for Ed. 3rd down and 3. Off tackle, defense guesses pass, but it's on the D card. So sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good, and he got away with one there. He got away with it on 2 straight calls. So that was on the D card, and now San Francisco to go take over. Just hold on to this punt. There you go. Chester Rogers holds on to it. Got a long way to go and a short time to get there. San Francisco is going to take over on their 12. 11 minutes to go. Maybe a little too early to say this is a critical drive, but when you're down 2 scores, San Francisco needs to make some noise on this one. So let's see how aggressive they're going to be. A pitch out. Defense guesses pass. It's guessed wrong. Again, that's on Eckler's card. It's only a pickup of 4. Second and 6. Again, guessed wrong. This time he picks up 6. So that's good enough to move the chains. First down. Ed hoping to hit those boundaries. He's got a 28 and a 20 on a 2 and a 3. He's got a short gain there on 7 and a short gain on 12. So I think that Dennis is probably just going to be okay with him, just if he wants to matriculate down the field slowly. I think he's going to oblige. Defense guesses pass. There's a short pattern pass. It's good for 13 on Justin Herbert's card, and move the chains again. Now the ball is at the 35. Justin is 16 for 20. White hot. 163 yards. And he has a touchdown. It's a lone touchdown for San Francisco when he completed one to Gronkowski. An off-tackle run. Defense guesses pass. It's on the D card, and he picks up 5. Again, that was Eckler. 11 carries for 61 yards. Clock is ticking, though. 8:42. San Francisco figures they've got plenty of time. No sense in taking a risk here because a turnover probably is going to end it. So the goal is to score. The faster, the better. Screen pass right. And that'll pick up a first down. Out of the backfield, that was Foreman, who gets 6. Foreman is back in there. I think he has the more formidable running card. Now, I'm not sure how good he is around the ends, but I know he's got a good off-tackle card. Crossing pattern pass. Seattle's bringing a lot of heat here. Nothing to show for it. Incomplete pass on Herbert's card. That's the first incompletion for him from quite some time. 17 of 22. 169 yards. Just about midway here through the 4th quarter of this SOMSFA championship, the number 2 Seattle Seahawks are up on Ed Barrow's San Francisco 49ers, the number 1 seed, 20-9. Looking for Gronk. He's double teamed. Pickup of 11 there on the scramble. Pass rush didn't get to Ebert. And Gronkowski Gronkowski picks it up at 11 yards on the play. So he was double teamed, but on the scramble, he wiggles through. And now San Francisco has made their way into Seattle territory here. Off tackle run, defense guesses pass, looking for Foreman. Looking for a big pickup. There's a big pickup. All right, now he hits that short gain. That's 18 yards. And now San Francisco is in field goal range. 1st and 10 at the 25. They trail by a field goal and a touchdown, but they got to get that 2-point conversion to tie it up. So Ed's like, let's get this touchdown first. Nice drive here that started at their 12. Off tackle run. Again, Ed is patient. He knows he has time. He has all of his timeouts left. Big pickup there, 8 yards. Tackle was able to make the block. He only needed a 4. Hallmark of a lot of Ed's teams are good offensive lines, particularly good running lines. You see those 5s all across there? Every time that goes to the D card, 2 times out of 3, he's going to wind up getting it. He has a little bit of vulnerability from a pass rush perspective there. He's got a 4, I believe, at center. And he's got a 2, but that's your second. That's your second guard. There's a screen pass. Guessed wrong. Defense called run, and that's a completion there for 12 yards. And I don't think they could have drawn up a better drive for the Niners here as they've made their way to the 5. They're trailing 20-9. So things are looking promising here, barring a super sad turnover. Don't look like we're going to see it here. It's a pitch play, and there it is. So 6 for the Niners, and they have cut this lead to 1 score. Let's just see what this score is going to entail. They will definitely go for 2 here. Got the full house backfield in. That's Freeman, Eckler, Vita Vea, Deebo Samuel, who they tried to throw to for the last 2-point conversion. I believe that's what happened. And there's a run. Defense guesses right, so it is stopped. So we now know that San Francisco is going to have to get a touchdown. They're trailing by 5. And boy, no freezes this game. How delightful. So that's a plus. We don't have to go scrambling to keep putting in the number over and over again. So we're coming down to the wire. Couldn't ask for more in a SOMSFA championship game. The SSFA championship game was winning 14-11 with 4 minutes to go, and Green Bay successfully drove down the field, converted some 4th downs along the way, and scored a touchdown with 8 seconds to go to give Tom, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, his first ever SSFA championship. Pickup of 3 on that run. It was on the D card. There was no linebacker there, but the tackle was not able to make the block. Don't have very many 6 blocking tackles, so no surprise. Well, defense guessed run there, and there is a 14-yard completion for Russell Wilson, his 36th throw of the game. That is not Strat-like. A lot of teams try to keep those pass attempts under 30. You don't see this very often. Teams just love to run. There's an off-tackle run, 2 in the zone, and then he's going to drop him for a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11. Very soon, San Francisco is going to be given the option to call some timeouts. That'll happen when we hit the 3-minute mark. Right now, we're at 3:18. A loss of 1 gives us 2nd down and 11. That was Connor, 17 runs for 86 yards. for the former Pittsburgh Steeler. Defense calling, pass. Looking for James Conner out of the backfield. And this one's going to be a dump-off pass. He got a good roll there, 17 yards. And suddenly they have made their way into San Francisco territory. 2:42 to go. San Francisco will not call a timeout here. So Seattle is up by 5. They're not interested in a score. Basically, they need to get a couple of first downs here and either put this game to rest or give San Francisco the ball with very, very few ticks on the clock. Another short pass. Defense guesses pass. Great call. And again, this is going to go to the dump-off pass, and this one's going to go for a score. Wow. Russell Wilson, on his 38th throw of the game, finds Tyler Lockett. Wow, that's quite a fortunate roll. But again, that's why you've got this great pass blocking lineup. And sometimes that dump-off pass pays off dividends. And in this case here, it's extended the lead to 27-15. Well, it wasn't a squib kick. Instead, that was an unfortunate roll for San Francisco. Only a 14-yard pickup. So now they're back where they started here just 3 minutes ago. Or actually, it was about 5 minutes ago when they began. I think it was at their 12-yard line. So now they're back at their own 15-yard line, again trailing, but this time by 12 points as opposed to 11. And 2:06 to go. So Seattle is got to feel pretty good about their chances here. 3-3-5 defense. Defender X picks up 13 on the play. And we've gotten to the 2-minute warning. San Francisco does have all 3 of their timeouts. Of course, the problem is here now they need 2 touchdowns. They could get to a situation where maybe they could get to the 30 and then kick a field goal and try an onside kick and then throw for the end zone. But now they got to hit pay dirt twice, and they really got to get there in a hurry. Defense in the 3-3-5. Looking for Callaway. He's hit him deep once. This one is incomplete. On Justin's card, Justin Herbert. He's thrown for 205 in the game, including a touchdown. 20 of 26. I think Ed's going to start having to get hyper aggressive here with 1:52 to go. Trailing by 2 touchdowns, 27-15. Three, 3-5. Who's he looking for? Defense is double teaming Samuel. And there's a quick out for Gronkowski. There's a nice pickup there. 0 men in zone. And it's pickup of 20. And he gets out of bounds, so he preserves the clock. 1:45. Seattle's got a 4 deep. So a little bit of vulnerability back there. Let's see if he pulls one of his guys back. He does. And now there's 2 in the zone. And he's going to launch it deep here. But I think that one is going to be a dump-off pass. 0 men in zone. And Ed is like, where is my long gain on 0 men in zone? Where's my 20? Where's my 30? Instead, he picks up 7, and it also stays in the field of play. So the Niners are going to have to hurry up to the line for the 2nd down and 3 play. Seattle 3-3-5. Let's see if this time, yeah, they do pull a second guy back, and they're double teaming Deebo Samuel. And he is being they're double teaming Deebo Samuel. That's where the pass is going. But again, we got a dump off path. Let's see if he gets a good roll here. Okay, there's a pickup of 10. Does he get out of bounds? Yes, he does. So minute 15. Ball at the 35. Both teams here in this championship, there's no home field advantage, so average defense cards. The two best clubs, number 1 and number 2. Sideline pass. Who's he looking for here? He's looking for Samuel. And he picks up a yard. Unfortunately, he gets out of bounds. Wow. So linebacker in zone reading there. Pickup of 1. $67 seconds remaining in this SOMSFA championship. Put 2 back there in the zone. Crossing pattern looking for Samuel. He's not double teamed this time. And there is an interception. The first of the game for Justin Herbert. Interception split there. Guessed right, 2 through 6. That's pretty lofty. So with a minute to go, San Francisco has all 3 timeouts remaining. Let's see if they decide to stop the clock. They are not going to. So San Francisco is going to concede, and the Seattle Seahawks are your 2021 SOMSFA champion. So congratulations to both of these clubs, the number 1 and number 2 seeds. They did what they were supposed to do to get to the finals. And Seattle will come out on top. So another notch in the belt of, or the gun, if you will, of Dennis Crowley. 2 of the elite coaches put together a clinic today. San Francisco unable to put many points on the board here in this second half. And took advantage of a turnover that cut that lead down to a score, but then Seattle answered back in a huge way thanks to that offensive line and the scrambling ability of Russell Wilson. And there you have it. So 27-15 is your final. We'll take a quick look here at the box score. We'll see if anybody wants to chat with us after the game. So there's your final total, 27-15. I'll just scan up here so everybody can take a look at the box score. Wow, 8 of 11 on third down efficiency for Seattle. That's pretty impressive. If you believe in time of possession, 34 minutes to 25, Seattle over San Francisco. There is your big story. Russell Wilson, 38 pass attempts, 26 completions, 330 yards. He did have 1 interception, but he had 3 touchdowns. So there's your MVP, Russell Wilson. Justin Herbert was really hot during this game. 24 of 31, not as many yards. That interception down the stretch, but they pretty much had to throw nonstop down the field. Connor with 86 yards rushing. Eckler with 66 yards rushing. Receiving-wise, not a real big standout there. Nobody with multiple touchdowns. I missed the first half. We basically had it on silent broadcast. Didn't see sacks for either one of these teams, so good enough. We'll see if anybody's in the lobby, and if not, looks like we do have it. All righty, so I'm going to close out of this game, and let's see if we got anybody here. Congratulations, Dennis.
Hey, I have a feeling you weren't sharing your screen during the game.
Well, why would that not surprise me?
I know because you have it on. You don't have a present on. You have stop screen, and you were talking about the box score, but it was just the black screen up. So we got a radio call, I think. So
Well, you had the docile tones of me basically for the half, but hopefully they got the gist of it. Unfortunately, I had a work call that I had to handle for the first half, and but at least we got the broadcast the second half. But congratulations, that was a fantastic win, and way to answer on that turnover. That's for sure. And that last drive, I mean, sometimes you get those, you get that pass rush and you get the dump off, and that's why you build a good line that makes the blocks and you hit some numbers on the boundaries. And next thing you know, you're up by 2 scores with a couple of minutes to go.
yeah, I won't ever complain about the dump off after this game. I
No,
certainly benefited from it.
absolutely not.
I really thought the only chance for me to win was to win in a shootout, outscore Ed. I really didn't think my defense would be able to stop that offense. I guess in the regular season, like I told you before, he beat me 39-14.
Mm-hmm.
So my plan was, my normal offense during the season is 3 wide receivers, 2 backs, because I have like a better tight end. I mean, a better third wide receiver than a tight end. But Ed totally shut me down with 2 double teams in the regular season. So I switched it up. I said, I'm just going to go base offense, try to keep the ball as much as possible, and keep it away from his offense. And that worked out. In the first half, there was only 6 possessions, 6 meaningful possessions, 3 for each team.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got that 2-score lead, once he missed that field goal, and I got the ball back and was able to score.
Yep.
Then I knew I had a chance as long as I kept matching him score for score.
Right.
And I thought, oh man, that guessed wrong pick on a flat pass. I'm like,
Right.
oh no, here it goes. This is, I'm headed for trouble here. But was able to, like you said, answer back, got my own score, and then stopped him on the 2-point plays, and just was very fortunate in this game. Ed's team was better. I just think he got hit by the dice today.
Yeah. Is this unusual for Wilson to throw this many times in a game? This seems like a larger than normal number of pass attempts than what we usually see in this game.
Yeah, so I was all focused on my defense and stopping his offense, but I know I have a good offense, and part of that is getting people to call run, worried about James Conner, and then throwing the ball. And I was able to get a couple of those off, but really helped me today were those dump offs. And I looked at his pass rush. I'm like, he has the same problem I do. Not a lot of pass rush up front.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not safety blitzing, and he wasn't for the majority of the game until I got in the red zone,
right?
Then I can throw short and either hit on Wilson's guard or get a dump off. And he had a couple of double teams correctly, but they still turned into dump offs, and one of them I completed. So, and I had some misses too. I had a couple where he guessed wrong and hit a receiver blank, or
twice.
The only flat pass, 5 incomplete, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I was really happy with being able to move the ball. I think I had like 5 or 6 drives with double-digit plays. Ate up a lot of clock. I had that one 99-yard drive, or would have been a 99-yard drive, but I didn't get. I had a 95-yard drive where he had me at the 1 pinned, and I was able to move the ball down the field with that one. So, like you said, anything can happen in a single game, even against the best coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I've been snake bit this year. I haven't won a single championship until today, and I didn't really give myself more than a 70-30 chance in favor of Ed of winning, but it worked out. So
that's you know what? That's why we play winner take all, and we don't play best of 7.
You're right.
And I'll tell you something else. I was really encouraged because my team was very down after losing the SSFA championship, but I'm glad that Devontae Booker and Gerald Everett found room on your team to win a championship. So that's nice. I kind of looked at this team. It's like, man, there's some similarities between my team and your team. So I was kind of humbled by that. Maybe I'm on the right track personnel wise.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, send me a link. I'll go see if you ever shared the screen correctly, or if it was just a blank screen the whole time.
Okay.
But post it anyway, so I can listen to the radio call. Congratulations to Ed. Thank you, for always running these really
Oh,
fun
yeah,
leagues.
absolutely.
And I got one. I'm glad I got one.
I'm glad for you too, Dennis. I'm glad for you too. And
Tell you,
congratulations to both of you guys. You all take care.
quick funny story. My dog could sense my nervousness. He was standing next to me, like barking, like ruff, ruff.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this?" So, the power of the poodle came through.
Hey, there's nothing a rally monkey, power poodle, doesn't matter.
There
Whatever.
you go. All right,
Whatever
man.
it takes.
Thanks again. I'll talk to you later.
Congratulations. All right. Well, if the broadcast didn't get through, I hope it did. Boy, that would be slightly embarrassing, but par for the course. Regardless, it doesn't take away from this game, and it was a terrific game. Had a really nice rally in the second half, and Seattle pulls away at the end, 27-15. So congratulations to both of these clubs. No rest for the weary. In about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, Strat's going to release the brand new season, which would be the 22 card season. And Ed, of course, who runs fabulous leagues throughout the stratosphere, has the granddaddy of the league, SOMIFA, SOMIFA. And all the teams are looking over their rosters right now and already are starting to talk trade. Should be a very, very fun season there. I'm personally looking forward to the season myself. I've got a couple of really good quarterback cards this year in Jared Goff and Tua Tagovailoa, and we can't keep two of them. So eventually I'm going to find a good suitor for them and hopefully improve my team to get the chance to compete. Had a blast competing in SSFA, and like I said, playing in my first championship and came within a whisker of winning one. And so when Dennis says this, it's a big deal to come out on top in a league of 24 very, very good coaches, and especially to come out on top in a game against San Francisco and Ed, who absolutely is one of the, no one would argue, one of the elite coaches of this league. So congratulations to both of you. And we will look forward to seeing you here in a few weeks with the SOMIFA draft. Again, your final score, Seattle 27, San Francisco 15. And thank you for the opportunity to bring this broadcast to you. God bless everybody out there. Stay safe. And we will see you soon.